help your friends with anxiety? Honestly, just being able to make sure that they know that you're comfortable with them talking to them. So telling them that, like, for example, if your friend's having an anxiety attack, instead of just bombarding them with questions like, do you want a drink? Do you want to go sit down? Do you want to go stand up? Do you want to go on a walk? Like, stuff like that. I feel like letting them tell you what they want is so much better. Sometimes they won't know, and that's okay. I know it's hard, but if they don't know, I think it's just so hard to like give you like a direct thing. But during anxiety attacks, I feel like what definitely helps is just letting them know, like, well, making sure that they feel comfortable enough to tell you that, hey, can we like go sit down? I feel like that's really important. Just making sure that they tell you what they want and not you jumping to your own conclusions, because then half the time that can just make them feel even more anxious, or they feel bad because you're trying to help and then they're just like, whoa, and it's just like a whoa moment, you know, it's just all a bit whoa. Another thing is like kind of talking to them about their triggers. Sometimes people have like different situations, different scenarios, different background, like trauma reasons as to why they have triggers. This could be a massive conversation that they might not want to have, but maybe if you pick up on a few triggers yourself and like you've noticed, oh, if we go to a restaurant they get triggered, kind of noticing what they don't like and not only just avoiding that but also helping them not like get over the fear, because it's really hard to say, but kind of working towards getting better with it. Oh my god guys, it's raining now. Don't know how I'm meant to run out of the car and jump back into my house after this, but it's okay. Next up, we have self-care day ideas. I feel like I kind of want to do a whole video on self-care, but I think I've mentioned this before on one of my Instagram posts, and I was saying how self-care isn't always about the face masks and the baths, having the bubble baths and the bath bombs and all that lot. Sometimes it's doing something that you know you need to do in that moment that will not only benefit now you but also future you. Like, for example, with my exams at the moment, I know that if I revise now, when it comes closer to my exams and I'm more stressed out, I will be thankful that I've revised more now, if that makes sense. If you have medication to take, taking it, even if you don't feel like it, taking it will be self-care for yourself, because you're taking care of yourself and future you will benefit from it. And this is not me saying that bath bombs and baths and rests and breaks don't count as self-care, because they do. This is why I want to do a whole video on it, because there's like so many aspects to it. Basically, if you're really anxious and overwhelmed, a self-care tip with that would be literally just to take a break, to pause yourself, take some deep breaths, go colour a book, just do something to take your mind off of what's making you anxious or stressed, and just pause for a moment. That moment can be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, a day, literally however long you need. When you're in that endless cycle that sucks of like anxious thoughts, it's hard to remember that you are going to be okay, but I promise you will. Ow, I just hit my hand. Next up, we have talking to family and friends about stress and anxiety. I feel like this is such a huge thing. This kind of comes under the whole asking for help situation. Some people feel really comfortable with talking to their friends and families about it because it's something that they've been brought up with. However, there are people that are so shy and just don't want to say anything. However, to those people, I promise that there is literally someone always out there that's willing to listen to you. Whether that's your closest friend, your next door neighbour, literally someone. I feel like, as I'm going to say this for every single thing in this like whole mental health series, bottling your emotions up isn't going to help. If you let it out to someone, or a piece of paper, or your dog or your cat, it literally will help so much. Even if you're not asking for any help in return or any advice, and if they don't give you any advice in return, sometimes just saying how you feel helps so much, and just knowing that there's someone to listen to you helps. So I promise you, if you're like kind of really anxious right now, or you need to let your emotions out, I promise you now, if you go speak to someone, it's not gonna kill you. You're not gonna end up dying. I mean, they might be slightly confused and you might have to explain it to them, but in the end it will be the best for you and your relationship with that person, because they like you'll have a bond and they'll kind of know like that you trusted them. But that first step is always the hardest, but I promise you, if you push yourself a tiny bit, it's all worth it in the end, because it's like, yay, I made it, I spoke to them. Like, you'll feel so much better afterwards. Now, the long awaited exam stress moment. I'm currently going through exams, and so is like the majority of the people in my year. So exam stress is a big thing on all of our minds right now. Truthfully and honestly, I wish I could give you the best advice possible, but because I'm in it right now, I feel like I can't. However, something that I know that has helped me right now is so I'm just going to tell you what I've done. Oh, also, if you don't care about exam stress, you can literally skip past this because this is the end of the video. Mwah, love you, thank you for listening to this video. I have made like a massive list of everything that I need to do for each subject. So I've got like chemistry, biology, physics, English, maths, what else do I take? Psychology, philosophy and ethics, French and geography. And I've just made a list of everything that I need to do. And now I've like made a timetable where I've basically got like, on a Monday I'll do this bit of revision, Tuesday I'll do this bit of revision for what subjects, and like kind of everyone's just basically asked on how to manage it. Personally, I think making sure that you do like manageable chunks a day. Don't overwork yourself, because if you do and you push yourself too far, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna get to a point where you can't revise anymore, and not because you don't want to, but you physically cannot revise because you revise so much and your brain is just like, holy crap, what is all this information? You might think you're being productive, but in the long run you're literally not going to remember a single thing in the exam. And I'm so sorry to say that to all my people that like to cram everything in the last minute. Don't do that. Don't cram everything into the last minute, please. But make sure you do it in manageable chunks. You rest, you eat, you go see your friends, you go enjoy your life, and then come and do some work. You know, kind of balance it. I would highly recommend Eve Bennett. I will put the little iCard thing to one of her YouTube videos, which is about her stress and motivation around exam. That video is actually amazing. It's mainly prioritized to like main GCSEs and because I'm doing my mocks right now, you know, but it's kind of like, it works for any exam. I also kind of just want to chuck in here that your grade does not determine your worth. You're still an amazing human being and you're still really cool. If you work so hard and you get a really bad grade, I know it feels so bad and you like feel so upset, but I promise you it's not the end of the world. It's just that you got a bad grade and possibly your revision techniques didn't work, or you just were having a really crappy day that day. And at the end of the day, even though grades kind of help with your job and your future, they really don't matter. You're still you. What matters to you is the person that you are, your beliefs, your personality, your strengths and your weaknesses. Like, the person that you choose to be is what truly matters, and it's not a 70% grade on your exam. It's so many other, or any grade. I just randomly said 70% because it was the first percent that came into my head. It could be 20% or 30% or 10 or 5, or you know what I'm trying to say. And if you get 100%, well done to you. If you get 30%, well done to you. At the end of the day, it's just a mark, but make sure you still work for it. But yeah, that is it, I think. Let me go check. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and if you're new around here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, just realised this whole time I've been looking at myself in the viewfinder and not the lens. I'm so sorry. I really need to get used to using this camera. Let me know if the quality is better, guys, because when I edit and stuff, like, I can see a massive difference, but I don't know if it still shows when I upload it to YouTube. Don't forget that even if it feels like the whole entire world is against you, I promise you it's not.